one new message since I've prepared to start this video. So I'm going to see how to look at that. It just went blurry, but I didn't move the phone that I'm holding. It doesn't read the message from my point of view. Okay, I will go back to where I was before. I can see the message. That is something I'm not finished with yet. I will go back to where I was before. The camera is going out of focus. I will try to keep it focused so that I can make the full police report I'm making right now. I would ask you for your patience for anyone who might be watching this. A police officer is not just somebody in a uniform. A police officer has to have prejudice to be a police officer for himself, to put himself in jail and prison for a death on himself. There is no way that you can be a police officer to somebody else and you're a you. That will never work. You're not a you. If you're a police officer, you're an I, and you're going to save yourself, and you're going to help yourself, and you're going to do what you need to do for yourself, for a death on yourself. And that will involve that you are not alone. And you are a police officer that way. Okay, this is where I'm going to start. On the cell phone that I'm looking at. The name up here, I entered that in myself when I entered in the phone number, which is not here. So that's who I think I'm sending a text to, but it's not the phone number. The other way, it could be the phone number, and then I would think I know who I'm texting with, or using the phone number contact information of himself. So this is a phone right here, but it's not a phone, it's texting. So I sent a picture of myself. This is me. Okay, I'm going to skip. These are websites. Would I say internet? Probably the videos that I sent him for him to watch, but I don't know because they're just listed there. They're not tagged. Here is the return message from, this was sent to myself. I did not send this one. If it's in green, I sent it. If it's in white, I received it. This is a threatening. You don't have to, but I am myself. You don't have to send me videos. I'm not watching any, but he's not myself. I am I to myself. And when I write on this texting to God and to himself is still alive, I am speaking about myself. And he says I right here about himself, or the cell phone is sending the text message I about itself over there. It's not this phone, it's from another phone. I'm not watching any of the videos. I don't know that because my I is right here. I am myself is right here. I don't know that about you with myself. You're not due to testify to myself. I testify. You don't testify. What are you going to do with yourself? You don't announce yourself. You don't testify. You don't announce yourself. This is what I call a tag. If I touch on it, it will link to the internet exactly to this video. It's a tag. I'm just going to leave that alone. I'm going a little fast through this But some of this you might want to see as a police officer if you want some prejudice on yourself. But I'm not the one you're looking for, because I'm doing this very high in God for the superior founder. So don't come looking for me. If you're a police officer, you can look for whoever this is and his phone information, because it's a contract. That's what you're looking for. You don't have to send me videos. I'm not watching any. That text message again, same words. I wonder how that is possible. I don't understand any of that. Again, I've seen that before, and I will see that again. That's what he sent to myself. That's the message that was received. Here's the message received again. You don't have to send me videos. I'm not watching any. It's blurry. Okay, now it's a little more clear. You don't have to send me videos. I'm not watching any. 2 right in a row. And I can get you the timestamp. That's 12:06 a.m. And this is 12:07 a.m. Same message received. Okay, now there's something called unread. And then there's SMS and MMS right here. SMS and MMS. I don't know what that is, but I've also seen something that starts with R, like RCS maybe, but R. It starts with R. Unread, I don't know that. It says unread, but I don't know that. That means God's saying that to himself. That means we need to know that God is using the cellular phone communication with himself for himself. Okay, I have to continue. Superior founder is the creation of myself. It is called superior founder when it is not creating myself, but it is speaking elsewheres about myself being created and around myself. This is another tag. I'm reporting the cry here, and I've reported it elsewhere. Now I'm going to report it and post it on the internet to the police. The police can find it on the internet, and you have to make new prejudice. You can't come to me and tell me that you checked my address and the report has been received. The report's not received and filed away unless I post it on the internet. That means if you have police reports that you've been filing away someplace, you're not finished with the job. You're not really free to go from the call. Another text message received here reads, I didn't understand any of that other than the shopping list. Please text me the items you want. Do not send the information in a video. I will not watch it. But I made videos and send them about the shopping list is not paid for by just sending you a list of things I need. I don't just sit around and eat all day until I run out of food and I need more food, and then I can sit around and eat all day every day until I run out of food and I need more food. That's not how I live. Have you ever heard this saying, a dog bites the hand that feeds it? I mean, I'm not a dog really, but I have to bite the hand that's feeding me because it didn't actually offer me anything as God. It's asking for a shopping list. Here it says, that's very rude. That's a message received. And I don't know exactly what he read or what he thinks. It says that's very rude, but I'm not God. I really don't know what he thinks is rude. He said that in a text message that I can read it, but if he was talking to God, he didn't just say that out loud to his God. Well, that's how I think he should be created, to say that out loud to his God, because he says it to me, and I'm not God to God that way. I really don't know what he means. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sent text messages, and he says that. That is which of the 6 text messages here and any of the concepts in there. Okay, you watch the videos is my order. And he says, then you lose. Send me a list by text. And I'm not a mafia. Then you lose. Mafia, I have a gun in that scenario. No, I don't have a gun. I've had to say that before. Rossendale Psychiatric Hospital, they asked me if I have a gun and they released me when I said I didn't have a gun. I don't know how to move all the guns out of the city and put them into prisons so that nobody suspects that I have a gun. No, I don't have a gun. If I was a male, I would not be alive. Because I don't talk to the males like this, I would have to fight them to the death as a male. But I'm not a male, I'm a female, and I'm not really supposed to fight with you. I'm not really supposed to speak with you, but you're criming the females. I find that you're criming myself as a female. That doesn't mean that I'm criming you because I'm female. You don't know, is it too bad that I'm female? That's you criming me again. It's female is after male deceased. It doesn't go from female to male. That's not alive that way for anyone. I am female already. That is ahead of that it's a male that's deceased. This is speaking of views on YouTube. I'm going to go further. Okay, these are showing views on YouTube. I made a video about views on YouTube already, and this would be another one I don't need. Okay, more videos sent to I need the viewer to be created to follow this video. Maybe you could watch it just once. That's how God can create you to see the video. It's not really like look, listen, unattended. You need God to create yourself to see this video and maybe many of my videos. Okay, I'm going to point out this one video has 153 views, and that's too many. They don't all fit in standing room only in this apartment. They don't fit here, and they're all allowed to come in the door because the address is on the internet. I want myself deceased. I'm not wasting any time. Nope, I need deceased out of the door locking. Akshav. Thanks for the list. Not watching any of these. List, it's not a list. The videos are links, not list. Yeah. They are links elsewhere. If you go on the internet, you can see there are links. These are screenshots because I need to show the views from my point of view. That's the way I can see them. YouTube views, YouTube's count of views, they are here on the screenshots. I wanted to show them that way. It's not a list. None of that makes any sense to me. Yes, but I am me to myself, and I am making the threatening that I am. And if you don't understand it, you're obstruction of what I am with myself. And I can't answer this, what you're going to do with your body, what you're going to do with yourself, what you think. I can't actually program you to think anything. And I don't want to give you input as to what you think. I don't want you to operate around what you think about what I said to you. I don't actually talk to you instead of talking to God. I talk to the creation of myself, with myself. I don't have another way to say this. I'm not actually talking to you when I'm talking to you. How? I speak to the creation of myself, and I do answer for that with myself deceased. I don't answer for it with you deceased. You're not deceased to me that way. See how I touched a little on these links, but they didn't actually connect and go to the internet? But these are links right here. There are 3 of them. And I did touch on the screen over the link. I won't do it again because it's not the same. And it did not go to the link because it knows which way I am touching the touch screen. It knows. And that's exactly how I cannot communicate with somebody who has their own genitals, exactly word for word what I want them to know about myself speaking. It doesn't speak that way in God. I'm reporting that I think the males with the last name Moser, which would be Mitch, Hans, and Steve, those 3 males with the last name Moser, they are dangerous to myself with the last name Moser. Moser is not enough control or sedation or creation of by heaven to have them near myself. If they have the last name Moser, they could be anywhere in the phone books, anywhere in the United States or abroad. They could be anywhere. They're not due really in my house or near myself and putting me through this much distress and danger. They put me through more than they can afford themselves. They're in the debt that they didn't do crime. They were in a position to do crime. They could have left my house and done crime somewhere else or never come to my house at all, which means I don't report them. And they don't know how to go and do crime with themselves to get a death on themselves. You need to do what you need to do to get a death on yourself and not just tick off the time until there is no more time anymore for you. I'm the one who's going to end all of the time for me. And then I don't alive this world anymore. I don't alive the formed world anymore. I don't alive the property. I don't alive the buildings. I don't alive the houses. I don't alive trees, rivers, forests. I don't alive canyons. I don't alive traffic. I don't alive anything anymore. So it was in your best interest to do something with yourself for yourself, but you don't understand that here. I don't understand any of that. I realize that that's what you need to say to the God of yourself, and then I need to hear only what you need to say to me about myself, which would be something like, I have food for you, or I'm going to send somebody with food for you, or I'm going to jail in prison and I'll send you food from prison. Yes, that's what I need to hear from you. You're in prison and you're sending me food from an office in the prison so that the supermarkets know that it's the prisons that's giving them extortion. And that's where they belong. You should be able to put the supermarket checkers in the prisons by doing that. Now, I'm not a supermarket checker. I'm not going to jail for you. I'm not going to prison with you. Okay, now there's a link here I wanted to go to. It says, I don't understand any of that. It's a text message I received. And it's about this video, maybe, or not, because it says I don't understand any of that. And I'll show you the timestamp. 7:45 p.m. is this timestamp. And the timestamp here is 7:44 p.m. for the message that I sent with this link on it. And the link is to a video that's 3 minutes or less. And the timestamp here is 7:45 p.m. That means he received the message and watched a 3-minute video in 1 minute. Is it less than 3 minutes? It's 3 minutes estimate from my point of view. That means he's done with the video in 1 minute. Whatever it was, he watched the link, he read the whole text message, and he responded all in 1 minute. I think that's too much in God. I think I don't need God to do that for me or to myself. I need God, the creation of myself, to be a little better than that. I'm not viewing any of your videos. I said it's not my cat. I don't really need to show the cat video right now, but it's funny. Oh, the candy salad. Yeah, I can't show that on a video either. This is her video. Let me show a little bit of it. Won't open that. Do you have a shopping list by text? I'm trying to send it in the text messages. It's a link. It's not the video itself, it's a link. This is from herself, Emily, and I don't actually know her. I think she might be in state of Minnesota or state of Florida, and I'm in state of Nevada. I have no way to know her, but I've been watching. Okay, thank you. Now I have to go back to the text messages. Okay, I'm going to open the text message again. I want all that candy in its original packaging and packing for myself. Now I just made the recording on a video I made myself, and he's not going to open that, so he's not opening any of the links. The link LINQ is a very large type Ferris wheel type. I don't know how you say it. It's a carnival wheel, but it's fixed on the strip in Las Vegas, Nevada, Las Vegas Boulevard. The link LINQ, and it has a hotel. So this is a link to the internet, and he says he won't open it. It's not really a file that you would open. It's a link that you go to, and he says no, he's not going to touch it and go there. Okay. Do you have a shopping list by text? Okay. This is the shopping list roughly of what I saw in the video. What I just showed in the video is why I'm going to keep going. I did show it already. Okay. Okay, now we're at Superior Founder Speaking. I'm going to read this part that I said. I wrote this myself, and I'm reading what I wrote. Superior Founder Speaking. You have a problem that is not ordered by Superior Founder is come already. And that is I saw Mitch walk out of here with the safe, and I don't know what was inside the safe. And he asked me for the keys, and I didn't give him the keys. But the keys were on the refrigerator door in a plastic bag, and he took them off of the refrigerator door. I didn't hand them to him. He knew where they were. He picked them up off the refrigerator door himself, and he said, are these the keys to the safe? And I said, yes, but I actually didn't use them to find out if they were the keys to the safe in front of him. I didn't open the safe in front of him with the keys. So the question was really pointed at, I couldn't answer his question. And I said, yes, because yes, I didn't stop him from taking the keys off the refrigerator. That's what I said with the creation of myself. He went out with the safe and the keys. Yes, but I didn't give them to him. You have a problem that is not ordered by Superior Founder has come already. I didn't give him the keys because you don't have a live that way yourself. You hooked yourself and killed your head. That's the hook I just described. I didn't give him the keys. No videos for me. This is the return message. Let me say this. This is a message I received. Let me show the timestamp. Oh, that's copy. I don't want copy. Okay. Now I'm here, timestamp. Why is it copy again? Okay, timestamp here reads 5:27 p.m. It's a little blurry for me. Yeah, I'm doing the best I can to use one cell phone to look at another one as evidence for myself as judge. I'm going to post it on the internet. That's all I can do because you don't understand police reports. You don't know when you have a problem and how to go get it because you are yourself and save yourself. I don't know you. I don't trust you and I don't believe you. I'm doing this for myself. I'm posting it on the internet. That's all I can do. Okay, 5:27 p.m. No videos for me. That means Mitchell Moser, not myself. And that means that's who I think gave me the phone number, but not really because I got it from other people with the last name Moser. So it's from Moser pretty much. No videos for me. I'll shop from your texted list above. I'll shop from your texted list above. So now he's angry. He's not going to give me everything on the list. If you want anything else, let me know. And I don't need messages. It just got blurry. Yeah, I didn't move the phone, but it got blurry. I don't need messages about killing, just about shopping lists. Yes, you have a killing problem. You're male. You have a penis with testicles and you have a killing problem. Shopping list, that's a female's problem and you're not a female. I don't owe you a shopping list is what I said. You owe me keys to the Smith's chain of supermarkets and a new house key. Smart ass is what I called him. You are in the wrong, deceased, that way, but I misspelled it. You are in the wrong, deceased, every time you say no to me and get out to me. You need a gun. If you want me to purchase, this is the text message received. If you want me to purchase you groceries, you'll want to be a bit more respectful. Are you able to do that? And then let me show you how fast I said no. 5:29 p.m. 5:29 p.m. No, get out. My genitals are sensitive right now. That's Moser, and my last name was Moser before I was deceased out of Moser because they did that to me. If you want me to purchase you groceries, then you'll want to be a bit more respectful. And that's not true that you would. I have elsewhere been given banking, that I have to bank myself, even though there's such a thing as this. If you want me to purchase you groceries, you'll want to be a bit more respectful. That's you having some kind of a problem. I'm not actually talking to you. I'm talking to the creation of myself. This is not acceptable in the creation of myself. I need myself to see so that I don't see this anymore. I'm not going to feed what this is in my eyes and ears. I don't want it in my head. You keep nailing me in the eyes. You nail me in the ears with who and what you are. And I don't want it in my head. What are you going to do? What are you going to do to me? Because you're that problem. You're that problem to somebody else who's male just like you. Now I have more text messages that I sent. So 5:30 p.m. Superior founder is speaking. I need him because it's not safe to talk this way. I would have fought already. I would have been in jail already. I don't know what they're going to do to me in jail because you don't want a death on yourselves in jail and I need a death on myself because I'm not going to feed what you are. Well, God's been keeping me alive, don't know how, because you're a fist fighting problem. You don't hold your body informed. You fist fight, you break out in fist fight, and you don't get a death on yourself with a fist fight because you don't have a point, because you're angry and you want to fist fight over what you heard and not what you said. You want to fist fight over what you heard and not what you said. And that's eternal. I'm not going to jail for you. I'm being specific about why I'm not in jail with you. Now he's back to I don't understand any of that, and that's sedated because it's not alive. Because he's already in his car, he's driving to the airport, he's getting on an airplane, he's coming to Las Vegas, he'll be here in some hours, or he's just going to shun right to the front door and knock. Yes, I don't believe you. You've been shunning. How angry are you? Are you as angry as you're here in 24 hours? Are you as angry as that you shunned in and you knocked on the front door in a minute? That's why you're not allowed to say shunning in America. Even though we speak English and we use words that end in shun, like congratulations. Okay, here's received message again. I don't understand any of that, and you don't have to send me videos. I'm not opening them. But that's not complete because you've also said angry things in the text messages like, I should be more respectful. How can I be more respectful when you have not been watching the videos and you did something illegal in front of me with the safe and keys? Well, you're asking me to treat you with respect as though I didn't catch you alone in the wrong, and I did. I caught you alone in the wrong. I don't know how else to prove it other than to post it on the internet. This is the final message. This is talking about the way that I know Mitch, which is Donna, mom. I met her first in my house. I met him after that in my house sometime later. She's Donna Yampole Moser, Donna Y. period Moser to Mitch. And he calls her mom, and I call her mom. That's how I know him. And in my house. But she's the one who opens the door for him. I didn't open the door for Donna. I don't know how she got in. I don't know. I'm not letting her in karma. I'm deceased. Okay, here's the message that Mitch sent or was sent by the number that I entered in here that I reflect as Mitchell Moser. I typed that in myself. So whoever's wrote this. 5:44 p.m. I don't see a tag, just dozens of texts that make no sense. I need a clear list of shopping items you want, not texts that make no sense. And that's you asking for something specific, what you're looking for. And that's you needing to refer to somebody else and tell them that you have a problem and you don't. And I can't tell you to do that. I can't help you how to be yourself. You didn't save yourself. You want me to save myself because I really need things in the apartment to eat. And you won't just bring me what you can afford to bring me, and that there will be other people who will bring me what they need to bring me. And you are boiling all of creation right down to this one person who's willing to bring me things on a shopping list, but he's saying that he doesn't have a clear impression of what is the shopping list because he did elsewhere in the messaging say he will get me something off of a list. I can find that. That means you're not going to give me everything on the list. Okay, this is the list I made here. It's here. 2 text messages. One at 5:22 p.m. and one at 5:23 p.m. Today's date is Monday, August 18th of the year 2025. No videos for me. I'll shop from your texted list above. And that's what's wrong with you. You're going to select things out of the list, and you've been warned that you're not allowed to do that because you're Moser. That means you've been charged, and you're saying, I'll shop from the texted list above. That's you trying to make a list, and you asked for a list. You're not a Moser that way. You're Altman, and you're not allowed near me. But you're right here. You're too close to me, and you have my address. Altmans don't know where I am. By that, they're not alive. Well, you've got that problem. Okay. I don't have the light on again. I can make a light go on here this way. Okay. Now I have a light on myself. I want to say something else about talking tough with myself. If you are a male with a penis and testicles and male nipples, you have no need to talk to a female, but you're too late. You are something that must serve a female as though you're sorry that you are yourself and you're not allowed to speak to a female, but you owe something below that you would not speak to a female and you would go away. You don't have go away here. You are a male and you're not due to speak to a female and you're sorry that you are yourself and you belong homeless and in prison, or you could below that owe somebody money, and that's myself. You can owe me money, but you don't owe somebody else money. You owe me money. The rest of you owe yourself in jail and prison. I am the masculine Godhead deceased here. I'm feminine. And this is my World War I. And you've been in accumulated debt of 16 worlds before here, no matter how many worlds you might come from as the formed God form you are. This is a breaking and entering problem, and it's not enough security. If you have a physical fight with someone in karma over, you are not to speak to me that way because I am myself. I am the only one who can say that. The rest of you are not allowed to say that because you're not the Godhead. I am the Godhead. If you don't know that with yourself, you still belong in jail for everything you don't know that belongs in jail. Then prison. You wait in jail until you get to prison. You should be filling up the jails until you get to prisons. Yep, you need transportation to the prisons, and then when you're in the prisons, you need a gun to kill the address. And then you can sit in prison and be as angry as you want all by yourself to yourself. Okay, I don't have a light on here, but I still have the video on, and that's too dark. So I'm going to make a shopping list right here and post it on the internet. This is what's left, but it's too dark to see it. I acknowledge that. I don't have a light on the camera because the camera itself has been murdered. Otherwise, the camera would have a light. I can turn it on and off anytime I need to, just like they do in Hollywood. They do all sorts of things they want with special effects in Hollywood. This is the utilities that have been shut off if Mitch lives here in the apartment complex, and he's not here because he is himself. He just decided to leave state of Nevada. Well, what he said was he's going back to Wisconsin, but I don't know that because I am myself. All I know is I am right here. I'm wearing a robe of God, but it has a slit in the front. It goes up that high. That's too high. I need a full-length robe, but it shouldn't touch the floor because the floor is not clean. That means I need a house with a clean floor, and a new robe that touches my ankles or covers my feet is fine, but I don't want to trip on the robe when I'm walking because I'm still walking. Yep, I'm still walking. So I sued Mitch for a house and a supermarket today, and he said I have to be more respectful, and that's true that he's not respectful that way. No, I sued Mitch for the Smith's chains of supermarkets, that he has to evacuate the supermarkets and give me the keys. And then he also owes me the keys to a brand new house. And then he owes himself in jail and prison. And he's a Moser that way. Otherwise, he's an Altman. And I would say that about all the Moser people. They're all Altmans that way. But they were trespassing in my Moser housing. And I just don't have that paid for ever. So this is my police report for breaking and entering. I also want to report that I was sexually abused. Too much to report it. I can't say who because it's recorded in the creator recording of myself. For myself deceased. Because I'm deceased anyway. And you're not myself and I am not yourself. And that's all recorded for myself deceased. Signing off.